Every morning you wake up is a gift, a fresh start, a new chance. You can either drag yourself through the day or get up with some purpose. It's up to you. But here's the thing. How you kick off your day really sets the vibe for everything else. Have you ever seen people who wake up already stressing about bills and deadlines? They're bringing yesterday's problems into today, and it's weighing them down. But don't let that be you. Start your day with some joy. I'm not talking about just pretending everything's fine. I'm talking about a genuine joy, the kind that comes from deep inside and says, no matter what happens, I'm grateful just to be here. Every day you open your eyes is a gift and a chance to live, grow, and experience the world in your own unique way. But so many of us wake up and slip right into the same old routine, the same mindset, like life is something we have to just get through instead of enjoying. We get overwhelmed by the pressures of work, bills and deadlines and responsibilities, and forget that just waking up is a chance that so many others didn't get today. Realizing this changes everything. It changes how you view your mornings, how you tackle your day, and how you live your life. Waking up isn't a guarantee. It's easy to take it for granted, but it's crucial to understand that every new day comes with endless possibilities. You get to choose how you want to face it. You can either drag yourself out of bed already feeling defeated. You can either let the challenges ahead bring you down, or you can step up with purpose, realizing that today is a unique opportunity to do something meaningful, experience something beautiful, or just enjoy the moments you have. This way of thinking, recognizing the gift of a new day, begins with gratitude. Gratitude is a strong tool. It's so easy to wake up and jump straight to the negatives, thinking about what went wrong yesterday or what you're anxious about today. But when you kick off your day by just realizing that you're alive, that you can breathe and feel strong, really changes everything. It flips your perspective. Gratitude makes you focus on what's good instead of what's wrong, moving you from a mindset of lacking to one of abundance. Seriously, think about it. You get to wake up in a bed, under a roof, with a brand new day ahead of you. Not everyone has that. There are folks who woke up this morning without a place to stay, without food, without the basic things we often take for granted. We often take things for granted and forget to appreciate them because we're so used to having them. We just expect them to be there, but they're not always guaranteed. Once you change your mindset to see each day as a gift, you stop rushing through life and living on autopilot, just going through the motions. You start being intentional about how you think, act, and move. Life turns into something to fully experience instead of just something to get through. Appreciate the new day ahead and realize you're not just here by chance, you're here for a reason. Today is yours for a purpose, and there's something only you can do today that nobody else can do quite like you. This change in how you think isn't just about feeling good for a bit, it's about changing how you tackle everything. Picture waking up every morning knowing that today might be the day that turns everything around for you, the day you finally break through or meet someone special. Whoever shifts your direction or the moment you finally start chasing a dream you've been delaying, that's the potential every day brings. When you wake up and see that potential, you're more likely to take action. But just realizing that each day is a gift doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect or that challenges won't pop up. Life has its ups and downs, and some days will definitely be tougher than others. But even on those tough days, just recognizing that you've got the chance to tackle them is a kind of strength. It's a reminder that you're still here, still standing, and still able to do something, no matter how tough things get. What if you kicked off each day by just recognizing it as a gift. Picture waking up, taking a deep breath, and telling yourself, "Today is a gift. No matter what happens, I'm grateful for it." That little act of gratitude can change your mood, your energy, and how you tackle the day. You'll notice you're more patient, more compassionate, and more open to opportunities that you might have missed before. Facing challenges and recognizing the blessing of a new day isn't just about boosting your mood. It's about allowing yourself the mental and emotional room to really flourish. When you tackle each day with gratitude, you begin to notice things in a whole new light. You appreciate the little wonders, the calm morning air, the sun warming your skin, the birds chirping outside your window. These moments might seem small, but they're what make life vibrant and meaningful. Every day is a new beginning, and what happened yesterday doesn't matter. Yesterday doesn't matter. Whatever went wrong or mistakes you made are behind you. Today is a fresh start, and you can shape it however you want. A lot of us hold on to the past, but when you recognize today as a gift, you start to let go of that baggage. You don't have to carry yesterday's problems into today. You can hit the reset button with a new attitude and focus. In the end, appreciating a new day means living mindfully. It's all about realizing that your time here is valuable, and every day gives you a chance to do something meaningful, to love deeply, to grow, and to make your own unique contribution to the world. When you kick off your day with that mindset, everything shifts. You start navigating life, not just getting by, but actually thriving. It's not just about existing, but really living. Each day turns into a gift, and you start to see life as the amazing opportunity it really is. Worry is just a normal part of life. For a lot of us, worry sneaks into our minds as soon as we wake up and sticks around all day, making it hard to see things clearly. We stress about our jobs, our relationships, the future, and that never-ending list of responsibilities. It's easy to feel swamped by the pressures of everyday life, especially when problems just keep piling up and there doesn't seem to be a quick fix. But here's the deal. Worrying doesn't do us any good. It just zaps our energy and messes with our ability to think straight. Worrying just keeps us stuck in a negative loop. If you shift your focus from worrying to being grateful, it can really change how you see life, bringing you more peace and fulfillment. A lot of worry comes from fearing what might go wrong, anticipating problems that haven't even happened. It's like projecting our anxieties into the future, preparing for the worst that could happen. But the issue with worrying is that it steals away your present moment. It totally robs you. You can't really enjoy the moment when you're too busy worrying about what might go wrong later. Worrying doesn't help. It just makes problems seem bigger and scarier than they actually are. The more you dwell on it, the worse it gets, and soon your whole day, or even your life, can be taken over by it. On the flip side, being grateful helps you focus on what's right in front of you and the good things you already have. Gratitude brings you back to the present, where life is happening. When you start your day with a sense of gratitude, you start to notice the good things you usually take for granted. Instead of focusing on what's missing in your life, you begin to appreciate what you already have. That doesn't mean life is all smooth sailing or that you should ignore your problems, but gratitude helps you view those problems in a different light. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, your mind racing with worries about bills that need to be paid. You wake up and instead of letting worry take over, you focus on what you can control. Sure, there are problems at work and maybe some personal stuff that's bothering you, but you don't let it weigh you down right away. You take a moment to breathe and think about the good things ahead. That shift in mindset can really change your day. It helps you stay positive, connect better with others, and actually tackle those challenges without feeling overwhelmed. Take charge and take a moment to focus on being thankful. Appreciate the simple fact that you've woken up and have another day to live, experience, and grow. Acknowledge the roof over your head, the warmth of your bed, and the fact that your body can get you through the day. These are things we often overlook because they're part of our daily routine, but they're still gifts. Starting your day with gratitude can really change the whole vibe instead of feeling bogged down by everything. Don't stress too much. Focusing on the good in your life can really lift you up. Gratitude helps you see your challenges more clearly. Worry tends to make things seem way worse than they are, turning little issues into huge mountains. But when you're grateful, you can tackle those same problems with a clearer head and a calmer heart. Gratitude won't make your problems go away, but it reminds you that you can handle them. It helps you see that even when times are tough, there's still good around you. In your life, having a positive mindset can really boost your strength. Plus, being grateful helps you bounce back. When you make an effort to focus on what you appreciate, you build up your mental and emotional toughness. You start to see past the tough times and realize they won't last forever. Gratitude helps you cling to the good stuff, even when things aren't going as planned. It gives you a fresh perspective, letting you view challenges as chances to grow instead of just obstacles. Despair can be tough, but one of the cool things about gratitude is that it helps you shift your focus from what you can't control to what you can. Worry usually kicks in when we feel powerless about a situation, especially when we're not sure how things will turn out or how to solve a problem. The reality is, there's a lot in life that's out of our hands. We can't always predict how things will go, and we definitely can't control what others do. But gratitude pulls your attention back to what you can control, your attitude and mindset. How you choose to react to situations gives you control over your point of view and helps you tackle life with gratitude instead of fear. Practicing thankfulness also improves your relationships. When you're caught up in worry, it's easy to get irritable, impatient, and feel distant from others. Worry can make you feel isolated, like you're shouldering a heavy burden. But when you switch to gratitude, you start to really appreciate what you have. People in your life, their support, their kindness, and even those little moments of connection that often go unnoticed. Gratitude helps you embrace love and appreciation, which makes your relationship stronger and creates a positive vibe all around. So, how do you shift from worrying to being grateful in a practical way? It starts with being aware. Whenever you find yourself worrying, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and ask yourself, what am I thankful for right now? It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be something huge or just a simple thing, like having clean water to drink, a friend to chat with, or the chance to start fresh today. By intentionally shifting your focus, you start to train your brain to look for the good instead of getting stuck on the bad. Over time, this becomes a habit. Instead of waking up with a head full of worries, you wake up feeling grateful. You start to see things in a new way, focusing on what you have rather than what you don't. The more you practice gratitude, the less room there is for worry. You set up a mental space where positivity, peace, and appreciation can flourish. It doesn't mean challenges won't pop up, but it does mean you'll tackle them with a grateful mindset and stay present. Switching from worry to gratitude is one of the best ways to regain your peace and change your life. It's something you do every day, a deliberate choice to focus on the good instead of what you're missing. When you make that shift, you let yourself embrace joy, be resilient, and connect more deeply with the world around you. By doing this, you can let go of worries and step into a life full of gratitude and opportunities. Living with intention means being purposeful and aware of your actions, instead of just letting life pass you by. Too often, we go through our daily routines on autopilot, jumping from one task to another without really thinking about why we're doing it. We get so wrapped up in the busyness of life. Meeting deadlines, running errands, and handling responsibilities can make entire days, weeks, and even years fly by. But when you move with purpose, you go from just reacting to life to actually shaping it. You tackle each day with a goal in mind, realizing that every choice you make, no matter how small, can either bring you closer to your dreams or push you further away. The first step to being intentional is having clarity. It's tough to be purposeful if you're not sure what you want. Clarity comes from reflecting and taking some time to think. Figure out what truly matters to you, what you care about, and what you want to achieve in life. Without that clarity, it's easy to get caught up in distractions and waste your time and energy on things that don't really matter. That's why it's important to ask yourself, what do I want to get done today? How do I want to be there for myself and others? What are my long-term goals, and what can I do today to get closer to them? Once you have that clarity, you can move on to the next step. Setting intentions isn't just about making goals or to-do lists. Intentions go deeper. They're about how you want to live your life and who you want to become along the way. For instance, you might decide to be more patient, listen better, or tackle challenges with a positive attitude. These aren't just tasks to check off at the end of the day. They're ways of being that shape how you act. By setting intentions, you're basically drawing a map for how to get through life, even when things don't go as planned. Living intentionally means being present. It's so easy to get caught up in what's coming next, or to stress about what might go wrong. But when you live with purpose, you concentrate on the here and now. You really pay attention to whatever you're doing, whether it's chatting with someone, working on a project, or even just enjoying a meal. Being present helps you fully experience life instead of just rushing through it. It's in the moment that we discover joy and connection. Moving with purpose means you need some self-discipline. It's easy to set goals, but actually, sticking to them can be tough, especially when life gets hectic or obstacles pop up. Discipline is what keeps you focused on your goals, even when it's tempting to slip back into old habits or get sidetracked. It's about making deliberate choices instead of just going with the flow. When you move with intention, you're taking charge of your life. You're not just letting outside factors control you because you've chosen how to tackle each day. One of the coolest things about being intentional is it turns even the little things into something meaningful. When you're intentional, everything you do has a purpose. Whether you're tackling a big project or just hanging out with family, you're fully aware of how important it is. You see that every moment is a chance to get closer to your goals, build your relationships, and live the way you really want to. Just because you value being productive doesn't mean you have to be on the grind every single minute. It's more about making the most out of every moment and living with purpose instead of just going through the motions. Another big part of living intentionally is knowing when to say no. When you do things with intention, you realize that your time and energy are valuable, and you can't waste them on stuff that doesn't match your values or goals. So, it's all about setting those boundaries. Being choosy about where you put your energy is key. It's super easy to think you have to say yes to every chance, every favor, and every invite. But if you do that, you end up stretched too thin and can't give your best to anything. Being intentional means knowing what really matters to you and being okay with letting go of the rest. It also means facing challenges and setbacks with a clear purpose. It's not about dodging tough times, it's about dealing with them head on. When you're being intentional, you see obstacles not as things that stop you, but as chances to learn, grow, and improve your game. You stay focused on your goals, even when things don't go the way you hoped. This kind of resilience is crucial for long-term success, because life can be unpredictable and challenges are bound to come up. But when you're moving with purpose, you don't get derailed. You adapt, learn from what happens, and keep pushing ahead. Living with intention also means being grateful for what you have. It's all about the journey, not just the destination. It's easy to get so caught up in hitting your goals that you forget to enjoy how far you've come. But when you move with purpose, you start to see that every step, every challenge, and every little win is part of the process. You celebrate those moments of growth and learning because they matter just as much as the final goal. This way of thinking not only makes life more enjoyable, but also keeps you motivated and inspired even when things get tough. The way ahead feels a bit unclear, but being intentional is all about getting in sync with your values, goals, and who you really are. It's about living on purpose instead of just letting life happen to you. It means making choices that show who you want to be, not just what you want to get done. When you live like this, your actions are more thoughtful, your relationships mean more, and your life feels way more satisfying. You stop feeling like you're just going through the motions. Instead, you're actively building the life you want. Ultimately, living with intention means taking back your power. It's about realizing you can shape your life, no matter what situation you're in. It's about being proactive instead of reactive, and living consciously rather than just going through the motions. When you move with intention, you take charge of your life. You choose how you want to present yourself, how you spend your time, and how you navigate everything around you. The challenges you face are part of life, but you get to shape your own experience, and that's super empowering. When you move with purpose, it changes not just what you do, but how you feel about life. It adds more meaning, purpose, and joy to your daily routine. It keeps you focused on what really matters, even when distractions and difficulties pop up. Most importantly, it helps you live a life that aligns with what you truly value. Desires aren't about being perfect or never messing up. They're about being aware, having a purpose, and being committed to your personal growth. When you act with intention, you navigate life with a sense of purpose, and that really changes everything. Life has its highs and lows. There are joyful moments and tough times. It's easy to feel strong when everything's going smoothly and the way forward seems clear. But what do you do when life's storms hit and challenges come your way? When uncertainty is the new normal, finding strength in joy becomes super important. Even in tough times, joy can give you resilience and power. It's not about pretending everything's fine. It's about nurturing a mindset that keeps you grounded in something positive, something deeper than what's happening around you. Joy turns into a safe place, a source of strength that helps you tackle challenges with grace and determination. A lot of folks mix up joy with happiness, but happiness usually relies on external stuff like success, relationships, or material comfort can be pretty up and down depending on what's going on around us. But joy? That's something else. It's deeper, more internal, and isn't easily swayed by what's happening outside. Joy is a state of being that comes from within, rooted in purpose, faith, and gratitude. It's about finding a glimmer of light even in the toughest times and holding onto that light when everything else feels shaky. Finding strength and joy during hard times really starts with how you look at things. When challenges come up, it's totally normal to feel stressed, anxious, or even defeated. But how you look at those challenges can really change everything. Instead of seeing them as setbacks or obstacles, try to see them as chances to grow. That doesn't mean you're ignoring how tough things are. It just means realizing that every tough time can teach you something important. Finding joy comes from knowing that even when things are hard, there's still a chance to change for the better. One way to build this mindset. Gratitude changes how you see things. It helps you focus on what's good instead of what's going wrong. Even when things are tough, you can spot the little blessings that are still there. When you practice gratitude, you start to notice that even in your hardest times, there are still things to appreciate, like your health, your loved ones, the lessons you're picking up, or just the fact that you're still here. It doesn't make the tough times go away, but it gives you something to hold on to. It's important to hold on to something that keeps you grounded when everything feels like a mess. Another big part of finding strength and happiness during tough times is resilience. Resilience is all about bouncing back and pushing through, even when things get rough. It's about facing challenges head-on with guts and determination, knowing you can handle it. Joy is super important for resilience because it gives you a reason to keep going. When you have joy in your heart, you're more likely to see the brighter side of things. Look, even when things are tough, just remember that better days are coming. Joy brings hope, and hope is what helps you bounce back. It's a reminder that this rough patch isn't the end for you. Having faith, whether it's in a higher power, in yourself, or just in the journey of life, gives you something to hold on to and the strength to push through. Faith helps you believe there's a reason for the struggle, even if you can't see it right now, and it keeps you grounded. It's all about believing that you're not alone in your struggles and that there's a bigger plan going on. When you keep the faith, you're more likely to find joy even when things get really tough, because you trust that the hard times will pass and you'll come out stronger. Another big part of finding joy during rough patches is staying connected with others. When we're going through tough times, it's easy to shut ourselves off, get lost in our own pain, and think we have to deal with everything by ourselves. But joy often comes from reaching out and connecting with others. Joy comes from connecting with others, sharing your struggles, and letting people support you, whether that's friends, family, or your community. Being around folks who care about you really matters. They help you remember you're not alone, and their support can be a huge boost. Joy springs from these connections, from the love and help we give and receive, especially when times are hard. It's also key to find happiness in the little things, even when the bigger picture feels overwhelming. When storms hit, it can feel like everything's going to hell. But if you pay attention, you can still spot moments of beauty and peace. It could be the sun warming your face, the sound of someone you love laughing, or just a quiet moment to think. These little bits of joy are like lifelines. They remind you that not everything's terrible. Even in the chaos, there are bright spots. When you learn to find happiness in the small things, you get stronger for the bigger challenges. These tough moments remind us that joy is always within reach, no matter what's going on around us. Joy helps you keep your sense of purpose during hard times. When you understand why you're going through the struggle and feel connected to something bigger, you can tackle challenges with meaning. Purpose gives you direction, and joy comes from knowing you're working towards something greater, even when the journey gets rough, whether it's a personal goal, a commitment to your loved ones, or a desire to grow and evolve. Having a sense of purpose helps you get through tough times. Joy comes from realizing that those tough times are helping you grow and get ready for something bigger. and that every challenge is a step toward achieving your goals. Ultimately, finding strength and joy during hard times takes some self-kindness. It's easy to be tough on yourself when things don't go as planned and to think you should have it all figured out. But joy comes from accepting that you're human, that it's okay to struggle, and that you don't have to have everything under control. Self-compassion is all about being kind to yourself and accepting that you're doing your best, even when times are tough. When you let yourself feel your emotions without judging them, you open up room for joy to come in, even when you're hurting. Ultimately, discovering strength and happiness during tough times is about realizing that joy doesn't rely on what's happening around you. It's something you can grow inside yourself, even when life gets rough. Joy is a mindset, a way of thinking. Seeing the world in a way that helps you find light in tough times and strength in challenges is all about trusting that the storm will pass. In the meantime, you've got the resilience, faith, and inner joy to see you through. When you tap into that strength and joy, you don't just get by during the storm. You come out of it stronger, wiser, and more in tune with the beauty of life. Training your mind to focus on the positive isn't just about thinking happy thoughts or pretending to smile when things get rough. Sometimes it's all about changing how you see the world and how you deal with challenges, setbacks, and everyday stuff. Our minds are super powerful and always taking in and making sense of everything around us. If we don't pay attention, it's easy to get stuck in negative thoughts since our brains are wired to focus on threats and problems as a way to survive. But with practice and some discipline, you can train your mind to move away from that negativity. A positive and open mindset starts with noticing the negative thought patterns we've picked up over time. We all have these habits, like always expecting the worst, fixating on what's going wrong, or being too hard on ourselves. The first step is recognizing these tendencies. Once you see them, you can start to challenge those thoughts and swap them out for more positive and helpful ones. It doesn't mean you ignore the negatives. Instead of getting caught up in problems or pretending everything's great, it's about training your mind to spot solutions, possibilities, and chances to grow instead of being stuck in negativity. One of the best ways to change your mindset is by practicing gratitude. It's like a muscle. The more you work on it, the stronger it gets. By regularly recognizing the good things in your life, no matter how small, you can retrain your brain to focus on the positive. This could mean starting each day by jotting down a few things you're thankful for. I'm really grateful for taking a moment in the evening to think about all the good things that happened during the day. Practicing gratitude helps your brain notice the positives even when things get tough. Over time, it actually rewires your brain to focus more on the good stuff in life, making it easier to stay positive. Another important part of training your mind is developing mindfulness. It's about being present and not judging what's happening. When you're mindful, you really start to connect with the moment. Be more aware of your thoughts and feelings as they come up. This awareness lets you decide how you want to react instead of just automatically responding with negativity or frustration when things get stressful. Mindfulness helps you take a moment to think and choose a more positive or neutral response. The more mindful you are, the more control you have over your thoughts and feelings, making it easier to develop a positive mindset. A key part of staying positive is surrounding yourself with the people you hang out with, the media you watch, and the places you chill all shape your mindset. If you're always around negativity, like toxic friends, stressful news, or places that zap your energy, it's tough to stay positive. On the flip side, when you surround yourself with uplifting people, inspiring content, and energizing environments, being positive feels a lot easier. So, make a conscious effort to choose your influences wisely. Surround yourself with things that boost your positivity. This could mean spending less time with people who drain your energy, or choosing to engage with inspiring content that fosters growth, joy, or hope. How you talk to yourself is super important for building a positive mindset. If you keep telling yourself you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, or that things will always go wrong, you'll get stuck in a negative loop. But on the flip side, positive self-talk can really help. Having someone in your corner boosts your confidence and helps you view challenges as chances to grow. Keep an eye on how you talk to yourself during the day. Are you lifting yourself up, or are you being your own worst critic? Start swapping out negative self-talk for more positive phrases like, "I can handle this, I'm doing my best," or "This challenge is a chance to grow." Over time, these positive affirmations will change how you see yourself and the world around you. It's also key to recognize training your mind to be positive doesn't mean you ignore negative feelings or act like everything's always okay. Life's complicated, and we all go through times of sadness, frustration, anger, or fear. The important thing is not to push these feelings down, but to let yourself feel them without letting them take over. Emotions like sadness or frustration are part of being human and can teach us a lot if we pay attention to them. But getting stuck in those feelings can stop you from seeing the bigger picture. It's all about finding that balance, acknowledging your feelings while keeping an eye on the bigger picture and the possibilities for growth, healing, and good outcomes. Being positive goes hand in hand with resilience, which is all about bouncing back from tough times. When you train your mind to focus on the bright side, you become more resilient because you start to view challenges as something temporary that you can handle, instead of seeing them as permanent and impossible. A positive mindset helps you tackle difficulties with a better attitude. Instead of feeling defeated and asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Logically, try asking yourself, "What can I learn from this?" And "How can I grow from it?" This change in mindset not only helps you handle challenges better, but also boosts your ability to find joy and purpose, even when things get tough. One great way to build positivity is through visualization. Visualization is all about mentally imagining the outcomes you want, whether that's achieving success in something specific or overcoming a hurdle. By regularly visualizing positive outcomes, you can either challenge yourself or just bring more peace and joy into your life. This helps train your brain to focus on what you want to achieve instead of worrying about potential failures or obstacles. Visualization creates a mental picture of success that can boost your motivation, increase your confidence, and keep you focused on positive possibilities. Plus, taking care of your physical health through exercise, eating well, and getting enough rest all helps train your mind to embrace positivity. When you feel good physically, it's easier for your mind to be in a good place too. Exercise especially releases endorphins, which are those feel-good chemicals in your brain that make you happy. Working out regularly can lift your spirits, lower stress, and help you see life more positively. Plus, remember that being patient is key when trying to train your mind. Building a positive mindset doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and steady effort, and you might not notice changes right away. There will be days when negativity sneaks back in, and that's totally normal. The important thing is to keep working on it. Be kind to yourself when you mess up, and remember that growth takes time. The more you practice being positive, the more it'll just become a natural part of how you think. Training your mind to embrace positivity is a game changer. It's not about pretending life doesn't have its challenges. It's about choosing to look at the possibilities, the chances to grow, and the beauty that's still there, even when things get tough. By practicing gratitude, mindfulness, positive self-talk, and resilience, you can train your brain to view the world more positively. This change in mindset not only boosts your mental and emotional health, but also helps you handle life's highs and lows with more strength, optimism, and joy. People often think of joy as something huge, like hitting a big milestone, going through a major life change, or doing something amazing. But really, joy is much more than that. You often find joy in the little everyday moments that might seem insignificant at first. But when you take the time to appreciate them, they can bring a deeper sense of happiness and fulfillment. It's easy to miss these moments in the chaos of life, but learning to value them can really change how you see things and boost your overall well-being. Joy isn't something you find at some distant destination. It's right there in the everyday stuff, just waiting to be noticed in the simplest things. One of the keys to finding joy is taking a moment each day to be aware of what's happening around us is really important. Life can be a blur with all our responsibilities, tasks, and distractions. We often get so wrapped up in what's coming next or stuck in what has already happened that we overlook the little things in front of us. When you practice mindfulness and focus on the here and now, you start to notice the simple joys, like the sun warming your skin, the birds singing in the morning, or the smell of your favorite food. My favorite cup of coffee. These moments might seem boring, but they can really lift your mood if you take a moment to appreciate them. There's happiness in the everyday routine, but you have to change how you look at things. What feels like a dull task can actually bring you peace when you have the right attitude. Like washing dishes, it might seem like a drag, but if you really pay attention to the warm water on your hands or the satisfaction of seeing a dirty plate turn clean, it can feel pretty good. Cleaning can turn into a calming, almost meditative experience. The same goes for folding laundry, walking to work, or cooking a meal. When you slow down and really focus on these everyday tasks, you might discover a sense of peace and joy that you hadn't noticed before. Another way to find joy in little moments is by appreciating the importance of connection. Human relationships are one of the strongest sources of happiness, and the moments we share with others, no matter how simple, can be really special. Some of the happiest moments can come from a genuine smile from a stranger, a few kind words from a coworker, or a quiet chat with someone you love. These little connections remind us that we're not alone and that we're part of a bigger community. Taking the time to appreciate these interactions, instead of just rushing through them, helps you find a deeper sense of joy in everyday life. Nature also offers plenty of small moments of joy, whether you're in a busy city or a peaceful countryside. There's just something about being in nature that really helps us feel centered and lifts our mood. Think about a beautiful sunset, the sound of leaves rustling in the wind, or the way sunlight streams through the trees in the morning. These little moments can bring so much joy if you take a moment to appreciate them. You don't have to go on some big adventure to feel the happiness nature brings. It's right there in everyday places if you're willing to notice it. Sometimes, just stepping outside and taking a deep breath of fresh air is all you need. Taking a look at the world around you can really help you feel calm and happy. Finding joy in the little things also means being grateful. When you practice gratitude, you start to focus more on what you have rather than what you don't. You begin to notice the beauty in things you might have overlooked before. Instead of getting frustrated with your morning commute, you might actually start to enjoy the quiet time to listen to your favorite music or podcast. And instead of hurrying through a meal, you could take a moment to really enjoy it. Take a moment to appreciate each bite you take and be grateful for the food. Gratitude can really change how you view everyday moments, making them feel special no matter how simple they might seem. Kids are great at finding joy in little things. Just watch a child play, and you'll see how they can turn the most ordinary stuff into something amazing. They're completely in the moment, whether they're stacking blocks, running around in the park, or jumping in a puddle. As adults, we tend to lose that. There's a sense of wonder inside us, just waiting to be rediscovered. If you tackle life with a childlike curiosity and an open heart, you'll start to find joy in the little things again. It's all about being present, letting go of worries about the future, and allowing yourself to enjoy the now. Besides practicing mindfulness and gratitude, finding joy in small moments means keeping your expectations realistic. A lot of us get caught up thinking happiness comes from big things. Think about your future goals, like landing your dream job, buying a house, or going on a big vacation. Sure, these milestones can make you happy, but that happiness is short-lived. If you put all your hopes for happiness into these big events, you'll end up spending a lot of your life just waiting for joy to show up, and you might miss out on the little joys in everyday life. Instead of waiting for something big to happen, try to find happiness in the small moments that are already around you. Joy doesn't have to be huge or flashy. To find real meaning, it's important to enjoy those moments of self-care and quiet reflection. Just taking a few minutes each day to check in with yourself, whether that's through journaling, meditating, or just sitting in silence, can really help you reconnect with what makes you happy. These little acts of self-care let you slow down and recharge, so you can tackle the rest of your day with a better attitude. When you take care of yourself, you're more likely to appreciate the little things because you're not in a rush. Living life on autopilot and discovering joy in the little things comes down to being present and changing how you think. It's about moving from always chasing after more and being busy to really valuing what's happening right now. The happiness you're looking for isn't just in big special moments. It's right there every day in the simplest things, like sipping a cup of tea, sharing a laugh with a friend, or just taking a deep breath and soaking in your surroundings. Joy is there for you if you're open to it. It's time to pay attention to the little things and let yourself enjoy them. That way, you can live a richer, more fulfilling life, one that's full of happiness, not just in the big moments, but in the everyday stuff too.